variety and the depth of diversity. Life is full of adventures and excitement. A fact that two good friends, Ishan and Nikhil, realized when they toured many parts of India during their summer vacation. They found that people in all those places looked different. Some of them were males or females. They were tall or short. They wore different dresses. They ate different kinds of foods. They spoke different languages. They worshipped different gods and goddesses. They celebrated different religious and harvest festivals. They were from different socio-economic backgrounds. Some of them had different physical abilities or disabilities. Finding all this, Nikhil exclaimed, "What an amazing variety of differences we have in our country." Ishan replied, "Yes, it is these differences or diversities that enrich our lives in many ways and also make it very interesting." What is diversity? Whenever we move around in our day-to-day life, we see people of varied tastes, social backgrounds, religions, languages, cultures, customs, and traditions. This set of differences and variety is known as diversity. Diversity, a fact of human life. Diversity is also found in the human society. Man lives in a society because he cannot fulfill all his needs by himself. He depends upon others for the fulfillment of his various needs. A farmer produces food grains not only for himself but also for others. At the same time, he depends upon others for the fulfillment of his various needs, such as clothes, building material, education, medical services, etc. In this way, people are interdependent on each other. That is why man is considered as a social animal. We live in this society in different social groups, but essentially speaking, we all are humans. In a vast country like India, there are many regions. Each region has its own culture, language, food habits, literature, dances, music, etc. Such diversities have enriched India's culture and heritage. Factors influencing the diversity in India. Geographical and historical factors influence the diversity of a region. In fact, the geography of a place has an important bearing on the history of a place. Look at the map of India in your atlas. You can see that it has different physical features: mountains, valleys, plains, deserts, rivers, and forests. All these formed a natural boundary separating our country from other neighboring countries. It has shaped the art, customs, and the way of living of the people of India. However, each state of our country has its distinctive culture, language, art, craft, and food that make it a diverse country, adding to its unique and cultural appeal. Thus, each region developed its own history as it remained largely untouched by outside influence. Similarly, People of each region developed their distinct language to express their feelings. Their art and literature was based on the experiences that people had in the areas they lived in. Their food habits were determined by the crops and spices they grew. Even their occupation was greatly influenced by geographical factors. If people lived near the sea, they took to fishing. People who lived on the banks of the river took to cultivation, whereas people living in the hilly terrains took to rearing of cattle as a viable source of livelihood. To understand how geographical and historical factors influence and bring out the diversity of an area, let us look through the case study how life exists in two diametrical opposite parts of our country, Jammu and Kashmir and Tamil Nadu. One is in the extreme north and the other in the southern part of India. Today, however, due to the development in the means of transport and communication, this vast global world has become a global village. There is a greater interchange and intermixing of thought and ideas, which has resulted in the development of a composite culture. Diversity in India. Nikhil exclaims. Isn't it great that no other country has such a plethora of physical features, climate, flora and fauna, natural resources, etc.? Ishan says to Nikhil, yes, India indeed has to its credit such distinct vastness and variety. Do you remember when we went to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, we found tribals living somewhat a primitive life close to nature? Nikhil replies, yes. At the same time, we found people in the cities like Kolkata, Mumbai, and Chennai living a civilized life. But a majority of people live a rural life in the villages of Punjab, Rajasthan, and other places. Many kinds of diversities, such as linguistic, religious, regional, and cultural diversity, exists in India. In fact, diversity adds variety and spice to our life. Diversity in languages. There are as many as 179 living languages and 1600 dialects used in different parts of the country. The languages spoken in India can broadly be classified into two groups on the basis of their origin. The languages spoken in the southern part of India belong to the Dravidian group, whereas the languages spoken in the northern part of our country have been derived from Sanskrit and belong to the Bhairopi group. Thus, Indian languages have evolved over a period of time, assimilating different ethnic groups. Assamese, Bengali, Bodo, Dogri, Gujarati, Hindi, Kannada, Kashmiri, Konkani, Maithili, Malayalam, Manipuri, Marathi, Nepali, Oriya, Punjabi, Sanskrit, Santhali, Sindhi, Tamil, Telugu, and Urdu are the 22 official languages mentioned in the Indian Constitution. English is used for official purposes. Each state has its own official language. Diversity in religions. The evidence of India's diversity also lies in the fact that the followers of all the major religions live here. In India, one comes across people of different religions: Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Jains, Buddhists, and many others. They have different places of worship and different religious practices. Our constitution gives all citizens the freedom to follow their own faith. All religions are equal before the law. That is why we call India a secular state. Diversity in regional areas. Differences in climatic conditions in different regions of India bring diversity in the lifestyles of people, which includes dresses, food habits, festivals, etc. Dresses like the sari and the dhoti are worn in many parts of the country, but the styles in which they are worn differ. People of Rajasthan wear turbans as headgear to protect themselves from extreme heat and sandstorm. People of Kashmir wear woolen ferns to keep themselves warm in the winter. But these dressing styles are not typical of the place of their origin. They have been adapted by people elsewhere in India. For example, Salwar kameez is a dress worn practically all over India because of its easy adaptability. Our family system is also diverse. Nuclear families and joint families exist side by side in modern India.
In most of the regions in India, a patriarchal family system prevails. That is, the head of the family is a male member. However, in some northeastern parts of the countries, as well as in Kerala, the matriarchal family system exists.
That is, a family member is considered as the head of the family. Diversity in food and festivals. The rich Indian cuisine is yet another eye-opener which displays diversity in food. Different food habits are seen in different regions of the country due to diverse climatic conditions. People living in southern and eastern parts of the country eat more rice, fish, and coconut, whereas people living in northern and western parts of the country take more wheat, pulses, milk, and milk products. But this does not stop people of the north from relishing sambar dosa and people of south from relishing makki ki roti and sarson ka saag. Due to various religions and harvesting seasons, people of India celebrate different festivals in different regions at different times, such as Baisakhi in Punjab, Onam in Kerala, Bihu in Assam, Makar Sankranti in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. All these are some examples of harvest festivals celebrated in different parts of India. But Dandiya Ras is not restricted to Gujarat alone. People all over India dance to the lively beats of the Dandiya music during Navaratras. Regional disparity. Apart from these differences, India faces regional disparity. That is, while one region is rich in natural resources, the other region lacks them. For instance, Punjab, Haryana, and Tamil Nadu are flourishing regions in terms of economic prosperity, while Eastern Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, West Bengal, etc., are not so prosperous. It has been seen that economic prosperity varies from one region to another. Unity in diversity. In spite of all this diversity in different fields, physical, social, linguistic, cultural, and religious, there is a fundamental unity that binds the whole of India together. We can say that India is just like a rainbow with many colors, but they together make a beautiful rainbow. You cannot separate them. People of diverse origins came to our country from time to time and made India their home. Their way of living, ideas, art and architecture, cuisine, dresses, etc., were either assimilated or adopted by the people here. You must have heard the saying, united we stand, divided we fall. No one can deny the fact that the progress of a nation depends on the unity of its citizens. Unless all the people of a nation stand together, bound by common love for their country, progress in any sphere cannot be achieved. For instance, in our national cricket, hockey, or football team, there are players from all over India. These players come from different cultural, linguistic, social, and economic background, but they play with the sole objective of winning the game for their country. They play with proper coordination to enhance their performance. Whatever weak points they may have, but close cooperation and a good teamwork enables them to win matches. This is equally true about India. We must also realize that no region of the country is self-sufficient. All the regions of the country depend upon one another. This is called economic interdependence. Thus, unity also leads to economic development. It means that in spite of our various cultural differences, we are united. We all are Indians and our various diversities, geographical, religious, cultural, linguistic, costumes, food, etc., enrich our culture. Examples of unity in diversity in India. India's freedom movement, Jallianwala Bagh massacre of April 13, 1919 at Amritsar, Punjab, in which people of all communities laid down their lives, raising their voice against the British rule, displays that in spite of the religious, linguistic, and regional diversities, we stood together as a nation to fight against the British and became an independent nation. Celebration of various festivals like Holi, Dashera, Diwali, Eid, Christmas, Guru Purab, etc. are held together. To accommodate the diverse languages spoken in India, the Constitution of India grants recognition to 22 languages including Hindi. The states are free to carry out official functioning in their local regional language. All religions enjoy equal respect before the law. There is no official state religion. This makes India a secular state. Our national symbols that promote national identity, our tricolor Tiranga, our national anthem Jana Gana Mana, and our national song Vande Mataram are honored equally by all Indians. Such thoughts promote national integration and have made India a successful democracy.